A lot of times in life we have to let things go. It's part of growing up. It's part of being an adult, is letting go of certain things in your life, right? People move on, people change, they come in, they come out of your life. Same for things you enjoy, right? Maybe you enjoyed painting when you were younger and you don't really enjoy it now. Or maybe it's vice versa. You didn't enjoy it when you were younger and you do now. And so it's come in instead. But a lot of times in life, we have to let go of things because we have to prioritize what we want. We only have so much time on this earth. And we do need to prioritize how we spend that time because you can't do everything, right? Maybe you could, maybe you're one of those people who like, if I put my mind to it, no. Maybe you want to do a lot of things in life, but you won't have time to do them all for whatever reason, right? Maybe there's a lot of things you might want to do in life, but you won't have time to do all of them. So you have to choose. And part of that choosing is letting go of other things, right? And sometimes letting go is also tied to patterns of behavior, to relationships, to emotions, right? Letting go of residual anger you might feel towards someone, or letting go of a relationship that's just not good anymore, right? It's gone bad and you just need to let go of it. In patterns of behavior too, right? If you want to change your life, you want to change the direction of your life, you can start today, right? Just decide what direction you want to go in and then make the changes necessary to start moving in that direction. But that's going to mean you probably have to let go of habits, of patterns of behavior, of ways of living. A pretty common example of that is if you want to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, you have to change your diet. You have to stop eating certain foods or eat less of them. And that can be hard for a lot of people to do because they approach it as being deprived of something, right? They're letting go of this, and it's not that they're choosing to let it go, but they feel they have to let it go. And so that makes them do things like take cheat days where they eat more calories on that one cheat day than they would have over the entire week if they weren't dieting. And so they go nowhere. I've seen that happen, unfortunately. And if you approach things like that, if you approach those sorts of changes, if you approach letting go of something as a deprivation, right? I'm depriving myself of this thing, then you won't ever really make that change successfully. You have to look at it as something better than being deprived of it, that it's good to let go of this thing. And obviously that can be difficult, right? Particularly with like trying to lose weight. If you look at the diet change as I don't get to eat this food anymore, then you're going to have a hard time because you're always going to crave those things then. But if you approach it more as, good, I get to eat this other food now. I get to eat this thing and it's good for me. And I'm actually not being deprived by not having that thing because that thing's actually bad for me. It goes a lot easier. And that goes for a lot of these like letting go sort of things. It can be a difficult thing. Another way that it's hard to let go of things that you might need to let go of is tied up in the sunk cost fallacy. It's essentially where you've invested a lot of time or money into something and it's not going to work out and you have to let go of it or keep putting money in. You'll see this a lot with people who start restaurants. It's a very common one. They're the most likely business to fail. And you'll see people pour their life savings into this restaurant when there was no hope for it. Bad, all things outside of their control, maybe a few of them inside of their control. But it's kind of sad to see. You see it a lot in corporations too, where they, put more into a project that needs to be cut. And that could be a difficult thing, be a very difficult thing on a personal level, professional level, whatever it is. It can be very difficult. It can be a hard thing to let go of those. It can be hard to let go of anything, right? If you want to change your life, right? You're tied up in that. You've lived that life. You've lived with that as part of your life for a long time. And so letting go of that can be really difficult because you probably enjoyed it at one point. You have fond memories of it. You have the nostalgia for it. But you do have to look beyond that and see like, okay, is this something I actually want to do? Is this where I want to spend my time, or do I want to spend my time elsewhere? And if you do want to spend your time elsewhere, then you have to make that decision to do so. Right? And that means you have to stop doing something else. And maybe you enjoyed that something else at one point. If you want to be healthier, part of that is moving more, right? I saw somewhere recently that if you move less than 5,000 steps a day, you're a sedentary lifestyle. I would have thought that number was lower. I'm apparently far closer to sedentary than I thought I was. But I do want to be healthier. I want to have a better quality of life. And part of that is giving up a little bit of my time to go for walks. I enjoy walks, which is nice, but it took me a little while to get there. When I first started, they weren't quite as enjoyable. And as I've gone for more and more of them, I feel a lot better. I enjoy them. I actually don't feel as good when I don't have them. And so that's really nice. That was an easy thing to be like, okay, I'm going to let go of some time doing something else and go for like a 30-minute walk every day. That's very nice. But, that's something we all have to do in life. Yeah, I'm sure you have something in your life that you probably know you should let go of. And hopefully this helps you get there. Maybe makes you think about it a little bit. Maybe you're not quite ready to let go of it, but maybe this made you think about it. Hopefully it makes it a little easier. That's all I have for this week. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.